AI, whether we like it or not, is going to take over the world as we know it. And as a student, trust me, I know what it's like. It can be very tempting to get ChatGPT to write down an essay for you or draft a script for each video. And that's great. But what if there was a Batman to your Robin? Something that could be a right-hand person in every situation to help you for your needs. Here's why I use AI and how I use AI as a student in 2026. So a couple of reasons why I think AI is so helpful in 2026 is because of integration. We see AI integrated into lots of products. I literally found out a couple of days ago that the M1 Care is compatible with Apple Intelligence, meaning I've started to use Apple Intelligence on a daily basis, and generally speaking, it's been great. Although I've seen some drawbacks with features that aren't available in Apple Intelligence and aren't available in other AI platforms such as SuperIntern, of which I'll get onto later on the video, but generally speaking, Apple Intelligence has been great on the M1 Care. So, one of the reasons I think AI is super helpful in 2026 is because of integration. We see Apple Intelligence and Google collaborating for the next iOS 27 update, meaning that AI is just going to become better and better. Instead of using ChatGPT for its information, it's using Google Gemini, which is even more helpful, but in general, AI is just going to become better and better. I can see why AI has been improved in the last couple of years, especially with Apple Intelligence. Apple Intelligence, given that iPhones are so mainstream with Apple Intelligence as well, iPhones are just going to get better and better with AI. And to be fair, whilst Apple do come under cost when using Apple Intelligence because you need a compatible phone, for people who do have Apple Intelligence, and as I've used it on my laptop, it is really helpful and it's integrated into Apple apps really well. And in general, this is one of the most unbeatable AI that I've used in general, and it's probably a bit better than ChatGPT given that it's integrated into different Apple apps. And in general, Apple Intelligence is really helpful. Personally, due to my aging, per se, iPhone 12, I prefer to use apps like SuperIntern, which I'll come on to later on the video, or even Google Gemini for AI-based use. And SuperIntern does a great job at reading emails, drafting emails, and doing so much more of which I'll come back to later on the video. This video was I'm getting commissioned because SuperIntern are sponsoring this video, and I'm really thankful for this opportunity. And yeah, so of course, every thoughts that you hear from this video will be mine. SuperIntern don't get let to look at the script, but they have reached out and they wanted me to make a video about their product. But I only make videos about products I really enjoy, and I really enjoy using SuperIntern. More on that later. Unfortunately, as I was saying, my iPhone 12 is not compatible with the best features from Apple Intelligence, if not any. And this is a real bummer for me. I wish Apple had, given maybe the iPhone 15 a chance with Apple Intelligence, but other apps such as SuperIntern and other things can really help with AI based, because it's a mobile first based AI, and other things can really help with AI on your phone on a daily basis and even on your computer. But as I was saying, we'll come on to that later. My use cases for Apple Intelligence have been drafting emails, writing scripts, literally proofreading emails. I think it's really cool how well Apple have integrated Apple Intelligence into apps. I think that's really helpful, and it's really been able to aid my processes on a day-to-day basis when drafting emails, writing scripts, or planning YouTube videos. AI is only going to keep developing, and AI is going to be super useful, but at some point, I think we have to make sure to use AI responsibly. AI can be used for things that are inappropriate, and I don't even want to get into the things that you can use AI for. Honestly, it's actually quite ridiculous. AI can be used in dangerous ways, and that's why you need to use good apps, and the apps are repeatable in order to get the best out of AI. But generally speaking, that'll be a separate video because I don't want to go to the dark side of AI. But if you guys want to see a video on that, I'll make a poll down below on my Instagram, which you guys can follow down below, and I'll make a poll on that whether you guys want to see a video like that. But for now, let's finish off with the rest of the video. As a film student in the film industry, AI can be used for certain things such as creating de-aging or aging people, or making people older, look older in post, which is smart, but also it's a bit misleading. AI can be used for the wrong things, and you don't want to do that. So I definitely, if I were you, I'd stay on the cleaner side of AI, to say the least, and definitely try and use AI for your benefit, not for your detriment. I must also note the Apple Intelligence runs suspiciously well on the Apple M1 MacBook Air. It runs beautifully, it's integrated into apps, works really well, and I can ask any question. With the help of ChatGPT integrated into Apple, and whilst we're going to have more updates from Google Gemini and Apple Intelligence coming, I'll make a video on that soon or later. But so basically what I'm trying to say is that Apple Intelligence have been able to harness AI so well that it's been really great. Ain't got the world, but you got those hands. As I was saying, AI can be super helpful for most people, and even on the M1 MacBook Air, AI, Apple Intelligence somehow still runs pretty well. You can draft emails, you can proofread emails, you can do so many cool things. I'm going to make a full review of Apple Intelligence as I have access to an iPhone 17 Pro and other Apple Intelligence enabled devices later on in the year. So if you guys want to see that, make sure to like, subscribe down below, and I'll have the video on for you guys ready pretty soon. But generally speaking, AI can be great, and as long as you use it responsibly, it can be very helpful. What about for students? How can you use AI for your benefit? Well, in my opinion, after using products as SuperIntern, I can use AI like a breeze. Like, I can ask SuperIntern to do something for me, and it'll create a skill, which means that it'll be able to do that for me, and it'll be able to do that for me almost automatically. And it's not like SuperIntern literally has no limits. You can ask it to do anything, and it can create a skill to do that. Skill-based learning, pretty much, and that's really great for me using SuperIntern on a daily basis. I'm going to talk to you more about SuperIntern a bit later on in this video. Examples where I've used AI as a student is Microsoft Copilot. Microsoft Copilot is an apples to apples version of Apple Intelligence, and it is pretty helpful. You can use it to summarize lectures, for example, and things like, as a student, write essays, help you with maths equations, and so much more. As someone who goes to film school, I do use it more for like proofreading scripts, looking at reviewing like shots for a film, for example. I've used that before, and generally speaking, doing things that are very film related. But I can definitely see myself, if I was a student at a more conventional school, using AI for my benefit, and I've used AI in the past to help me with English essays and so much more.
I can't pay for that. I can't pay for this. Family needs healthcare.
That's exactly what I learned when I was using SuperIntern for the first time. For example, having an AI that actually understands what you're saying and can provide context is so helpful on a day-to-day basis. When I write scripts, making YouTube videos, or even preparing thumbnails, SuperIntern can pretty much do it all. With the skill-based feature, meaning that you can literally tell SuperIntern, your AI buddy, to do anything and it will do it for you. This means that you get much better longevity in terms of or reliability, I should say, when using SuperIntern, and generally speaking, it's such a great software that I love to use. Another feature I like of SuperIntern is that's available on Telegram. This is not a widely used app, but if you download it, you can literally use it as ChatGPT pretty much, and it works really well. This AI breezes through simple tasks as fast as an M4 MacBook Pro, very fast in essence, and can answer simple questions about your day. In my experience, it gives you a morning brief where you can talk to the AI and it can tell you, good morning XYZ, this is your plan for today. We talked about this yesterday, and I think context with SuperIntern is super important. What this means is that it can provide context based on your past conversations, unlike some other AIs which I've used before, which is a bit annoying. It can be annoying when you don't have that, so it's great that SuperIntern has this feature locked into the software itself, so that you don't have to nail this and pay for ChatGPT Pro to get context-based features, for example. SuperIntern has been genuinely helpful for my workflow. For example, when writing scripts, I've used SuperIntern to literally write down what I needed to do on each day, for example, and like plan my future videos. And something that has been helpful is when I had a meeting with the representative from SuperIntern, the person was able to add SuperIntern to the meeting to make the meeting notes. So if you're someone who does a lot of meetings, or someone that's actively using or getting clients like I am, for example, you can easily use SuperIntern in meetings to make notes, and this is going to be super helpful and is a game changer in my opinion. SuperIntern just has so much potential and it's great. As well as this, you can receive a discount by using the code down below, Mentortech30, and when you sign up through my link, you get special discounts and some extra points onto your subscription, meaning that you can get better use of the product on a daily basis. Anyway guys, that is the video for today. That video was about me talking about how I use AI on a daily basis and why it's super helpful. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe down below. Now school is almost over, I'm going to have videos a lot more often. I'm actually using videos. I'm making YouTube videos for my EPC projects, meaning that I'll make them more high quality and you'll see a better development over time. But if you guys did enjoy that video, make sure to like, subscribe down below. I'll see you guys very, very soon in the next video. Peace out.